Classic cars. They're admired and prized by enthusiasts the world over. And there's one man on a mission to help keep them on the road.
That is lovely.
This is Colin Denton. He's passionate about classics and a font of knowledge.
Do you know what the best thing for that? Probably some baker foil and some water.
One thing all classics have in common, they break down.
I've got a problem with a horn.
Every time I do a long journey.
But Colin has got the solution. Tinker Days.
We're saying, come in, we've got ramps, we've got jacks, we've got axle stands. You're actually bringing it into a workshop so that you can repair it and the mechanic can help you to do it.
In today's Tinker session, a smoking hot Chevy
Ooh, what's this?
ends in tears.
I'm having a good day, am I?
A Jag Mark II serves up some troubling takeaway.
Feels almost like a poppadom just before you break it in half.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, my goodness.
And the Tinker team are in for a rather smelly surprise.
The poo car. Who gave it that name?
Our daughter Zara, when she was very young.
It's early morning at Colin's workshop. And the team has a pre-tinker problem to resolve.
It's a 200-piece toolbox pickup. Thanks, Colin. Classic boss manoeuvre. Oh, sorry, guys, I've just dropped this. I'm back in a minute. And then you don't see him again. It's good. Who's trusted to carry it? Go on, Amand.
With the tools safely stowed away, the classics are piling up outside.
I have a really expert team here. I'm consistently looking at the team to support each other. If we should get a problem, 2 or 3 of us, we get onto that job.
If it doesn't work, we'll go back, take a little bit more off until we get that fit.
Well, the team will certainly have their work cut out on today's Tinkers. The first classic into the garage is a fine example of a 1959 Ford Zodiac convertible. Until the introduction of the Granada and Consul models in 1972, the Zodiac was the largest passenger car in Ford's range for over 20 years. And this tiny two-tone model is owned by David Webster and his daughter Ruby, who have an amplified affection for the 1950s.
I always loved the 50s, all the furniture, design, the music, of course, the clothes. I looked at some cars. A friend of mine had a Vauxhall Cresta, and I just thought, wow, that's amazing. And I just thought, oh, I've got to get something.
That something was a 1965 Ford Zephyr Mark III, before purchasing this Ford Zodiac convertible 4 years ago. And he's even started his own car club in South London.
Mean Old Timers is our car club, MOT for short. It's based on Greenwich Mean Time because we're in Greenwich rather than being mean and nasty.
David and Ruby are hoping to show off their Zodiac at an upcoming classic car event.
Yeah.
And the mechanic tasked with this Mean Old Timers Tinker session is Amand.
I love the way the seat comes forward. And that engine sounds very nice.
It's 6 cylinders.
Beautiful. Yeah. Shall we get it in?
OK.
As you are, looks good, looks good. Yep, yep. Hi, I'm Amand.
Hi, Amand. Dave.
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 Hello, Dave. Ruby, what do we want to look at today?
Well, we're going to look at the temperature gauge. Because it was an early car, they never came with a temperature gauge.
Oh.
So I managed to find a temperature gauge, but it's not reading anything. So that's your problem.
Okay.
Our problem.
No problem.
Temperature gauges give a reading of the car's coolant. As classics have a tendency to overheat, they're a useful addition to the dashboard.
Oh, smells like old car, doesn't it?
So, water temperature sender.
It's down here, very inaccessible.
The sensor and gauge that David fitted appear to be connected correctly. So Amand wants to run a couple of tests. giving David the perfect opportunity to show off his matching two-tone overalls.
Whether it means I'll know what I'm doing or not, I don't know.
He's ready for action.
Shall I turn it on?
Yeah.
OK.
By bypassing the sensor and running a current to the dashboard, a man is hoping to discover whether the gauge itself is working.
Oh, it's running hot.
Really hot and cold.
Well, at least we know it's working.
So we now have to suspect it's a sender,
Yeah.
which is lying to you.
Return to sender.
Return to sender. It's possible the sensor and the gauge are not compatible. But he's brought a few different ones. So I think we'll have a rummage and we might be lucky. Plug it in and start the engine and see what happens.
Perfect.
The classic car garage is filling up fast.
Can you open?
Whilst he awaits his next tinker, Colin is feeling somewhat nostalgic.
My history started in the late 70s. I left school and I was really fortunate to get an apprenticeship with a British Leyland main dealer. But things have moved on. It's more digital. The thought process to repair cars are not the same as it once was. On a tinker day, I'm quite happy playing around with cars that I know quite well.
Different liquids have different surface tension and all this sort of stuff.
Now you're getting technical.
Pulling up is a car that's very close to Colin's heart. Rolling out of the factory in 1972, the Austin Allegro was British Leyland's replacement for their top-selling Austin 1100 and 1300 models.
Introducing Allegro, the new driving force from Austin. 5 gears on the top models, front-wheel drive for better handling and road holding. With a revolutionary hydrogas suspension system.
Bumps, dips, cracks, furrows in the road, no problem. Enjoyed the ride, sir?
Despite a cameo by Bill Treacher, who would go on to become EastEnders star Arthur Fowler, sales fell flat, with only 650,000 Allegros sold in its 9 years in production. This rare russet brown beauty from 1978
As you are.
is one of just 36,
Lovely.
currently on the road in Britain. And it's owned by father and son Daniel and Ben Skidmore.
Welcome. And thank you very much for bringing in this great-looking car. Daniel, why an Allegro?
Family had Austins through my childhood, and I wanted an old classic car.
What have you bought in?
Just random stuff about the car.
The Pooh car. Who gave it that name?
Our daughter Zara, when she was very young.
And I take it it's because of the russet brown.
Yes.
We've heard so many different names about Allegros. They call them all aggro, and they break down and they create problems. And I actually repaired loads of these in the 70s and 80s. Did they break down often?
Every car broke down in its day.
Every car breaks down. These no more than any other. And today, what do we have to do on this car? What's it
The
in for?
suspension is a bit harsh on the road.
Ooh.
And it's odd on one side.
It looks slightly down, doesn't it? Quick check, you can get 3 fingers under that side at the top of the wheel. I can get 4 on this side, so we are definitely down there.
The Austin Allegro is fitted with what's called hydrogas suspension.
Oh, dear, dear.
British Leyland pioneered a system that, rather than use springs and dampeners to soften the ride, it has a displacer filled with nitrogen and fluid.
Your spring is the fluid,
Yeah.
and the nitrogen that's kept in the top half is your damper that damps out the movement of the fluid as the vehicle bounces up and down.
But Colin suspects the fluid level is too low on one side, and that's what's causing the Allegro to sit lopsided.
We're going to try and level up that suspension, and to do that, we're going to pump fluid into the displacer unit, and it will raise the height of the car.
To fix this classic car, Colin will need to use a classic piece of equipment from the 1960s.
It looks a bit like a small Dalek.
An original Churchill suspension pump.
And we pour fluid into the top here. We will connect a pipe, and then we will pump the fluid into the car. Ingenious, but yet so simple.
That's worth its weight in gold, that machine. They are very rare, and you can't get them from anywhere.
So far, so good.
With the pipe connected and the pump primed, Colin should have the Allegro suspension pumped in just a jiffy.
If this machine is working correctly, got a slight leak out the back of that valve, which is not what I wanted to see. We have got, unfortunately, a broken machine.
Nearly every classic that arrives at the workshop is suffering from a different issue.
Well, at least the good thing is with these cars, you can get the bits.
But there's one thing they all have in common.
Every classic car has a story. In fact, the owners themselves have stories, so they are obsessive. They may have 2 or 3 or 4 cars.
Come on, right hand slightly.
Recently, somebody said, I've got 10. And you think, well, how do you drive them all? It doesn't matter. They are in love with their classic car.
And the next owner certainly has a lot of affection for his antique automobile. The distinctive space-saving Mini was burnt into British pop culture upon its release in the 1960s and continues to be one of the most iconic classics you can buy.
You're in.
But this heavily modified 1972 Clubman is a far cry from what rolled out of the factory.
We have landed.
And is the latest purchase by car mod whiz Lee McLeod.
This is a twin-turbo Mini Clubman, the love of my life. I've had it for around 4 years. I picked it up from a gentleman who hadn't got it running. So, yeah, a few other little jobs we had to do once we had picked it up.
Lee has spent most of his adult life customizing cars, and this yellow Clubman was inspired by his grandfather, who raced one back in the 1960s. And in the racing spirit, Lee has transformed this compact classic into a petrolhead's paradise.
This engine cover allows your turbos to breathe better and adds additional cooling. What we have here would have been a Granada Scorpio Cosworth 2.9 lump. It's all been modified, obviously. The roof's been chopped. It's got full steel body kit on it, space framed. Come inside.
It's not only space framed, but the interior resembles a 1970s spaceship.
You've got various dials like your oil pressure, water temperature, and flip the switch, activates the fuel pump, and we're alive.
The Mini might look like a rally racer, but it's actually a road-legal car. And although it's not required for a vehicle of this age, for peace of mind, Lee wants to get the car MOT'd and plans to use his Tinker Day to resolve a niggling problem.
The windscreen wipers, they're not working, so the motor, I'm thinking it's this little black box here, just behind the bulkhead. I think that's what controls them. We've got a lot of buttons, none of them are labelled. So I thought, initially, maybe one of them might have been the windscreen wipers, but I have gone through them, and it's not, there's still nothing.
With the motor a likely culprit, Lee's brought in a replacement, hoping this quick fix will get the wipers wiping once more.
Just plugged in the new one, and it hasn't energised it in any way.
Even the most experienced tinkerers get stuck.
So, Lee, what's happening here?
And that's the reason Colin's team are on hand. So will electrical expert Mark be able to glide to Lee's rescue?
Have you got fuses?
We do have fuses, yes.
So that'd be your first point of view. Check your fuses, because if you've got an old motor, if it's drawn too much power, it could have popped a fuse. So check your fuses, and then we'll go from there.
All right. We'll pull them out. Yeah, he looks okay. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Oh, it looks like it's got a little break in it. I'm sure we hold that up, that has got a break in it. Clear as day. There is no connection being made.
Tinker Days are not just for solving problems under the bonnet. From rusty panels to tired trims, keeping classics looking good on the outside is no mean feat.
It looks like surface rust on the chrome, so I'd like to have a go on this to get it really back up to nice and shiny again.
Today, bodywork expert Gary Ross has come along to help advise classic owners suffering with problematic paintwork.
Paint looks a little bit orange peely, so Potentially, what you could do, you could sort of flatten down that paint that's on there and then use the buffer to sort of bring it back up. I do feel like a little bit like a doctor giving a bad diagnosis towards the car, but it's something that has to be done sometimes, you know? It can't always be fairy tales and something that can buff out, because sometimes it is a lot more extensive work that's involved.
Whilst Gary waits for his next patient to arrive,
I'll get round there again and start having a closer look.
Back with the Ford Zodiac, a man wants to turn up the heat to try to solve the mystery of the temperamental temperature gauge.
I'm going to measure the resistance of this, and then I'm going to measure the resistance of the one in the car.
How do you do that?
With my multimeter.
Before he gets busy with a time-consuming refit, he wants to test the replacement, so has come up with a creative plan.
I'll warm some water up in the kettle. A very big part of tinkering is problem solving, investigating issues. So someone will come in and say, my indicators only work sometimes. You have to start figuring out what it could be and getting creative with your investigations. Proper tinkering now.
Where's that cup of hot water?
It's behind you.
I won't drink it.
Lovely. And in we go. Right, go and look at your gauge and see if anything is happening.
The white needle has definitely gone up. It's looking positive.
So we might as well fit this.
A man will need to remove the fuel pump to get access to swap the old sensor for the new one. But David's already spotted another potential pitfall.
Now we just need to hope that's the right thread.
I just hope it is the machine that's faulty and not the operator error.
Mark's jumped in to assist Colin with the Austin Allegro's skew-if suspension.
I've tightened the valve up. You need to undo the valve again at the back.
I've undone it.
You've undone it.
Yeah.
In order to fix the car, first they must fix the 60-year-old Churchill machine.
Colin's the guru on this type of stuff. Another history lesson for me, a bit before my time.
Knowing what these normally feel like, I know straight away that there's a problem with the pressure. See, there's no pressure there.
How are we getting on, guys?
We're going to strip out the machine and see if we can repair it so we can pump the car up.
It could be the old Agro name is giving me aggro with the car and aggro with the tools.
The fear is that there's a seal that's gone inside the machine. Now, if the seal's gone, we don't have a repair kit.
I'm hoping they can fix it, or if not, I'm hoping that it's safe for me to get home. I need to get 46 miles home.
So you fit that back in now, can't you?
We could put it back in and then drop that one in afterwards.
Yeah.
Having dismantled, cleaned and reassembled the vintage machine, it's time to pump it up.
Proof is in the pudding.
There's air, there you go.
This is one of those days today, isn't it?
It's close, but no cigar for the Churchill.
Colin, what have you done here, mate?
Well, we've got a pump-up machine that isn't pumping up.
OK.
And I need to find another one somewhere.
OK, let me make a few calls, see if I can get one in.
I'll owe you one.
All right, mate.
Cheers.
With Gary fully briefed on the precise specification of the machine,
You know that big black box thing?
Colin's hopes of getting this Allegro repaired all rest on a scavenger hunt in Gary's family's own workshop.
I'm sure we got one of these in the garage. All right, I'll speak to you in a bit. Good news and bad news. I think we've got one, but we don't know if it works.
Another job sorted out. Hey, do them all day long.
Colin and his team can see up to 20 vehicles in any one day. But for Nick, there's one car brand that's certainly very dear to his heart, and that's Porsche.
About 5 years ago, I was lucky enough to get a tired, run-down Porsche Boxster.
Nick then went on to purchase a second Porsche, a Carrera GT, and he jumps at the chance to tinker on other people's Porsches whenever he can.
Love cars, admire cars of all types and descriptions, but it's not quite like work, if that makes sense. There's something different to it, and I'm still puzzling with exactly what it is.
The next car to grace the garage might help Nick to solve the mystery. Say hello to a 1988 Porsche 911 Carrera 3.2. First introduced in 1964, the 911 is the model that made Porsche a pillar in elite luxury sports cars. Its rear-mounted six-cylinder air-cooled engine packs an impressive 210 brake horsepower, much to the delight of its owner, Giles Norman.
Hi there.
Hi, I'm Giles.
Hi,
nice
I'm
to meet
Nick. You brought along your Porsche 930 series?
No, 930 is the turbo. This is just the normally aspirated 3.2.
Okay.
It was one of the last of the actual genuine 911, so I've had this for about 26 years.
You've had that much fun in your life?
Absolutely, yes. He's called Muttley. I had 67,000 on the clock when I got him.
Yeah.
Just clocked over 243,000.
Okay.
But I met my wife while I was driving him.
You know, that could be a maker or a breaker, couldn't it?
It could actually, yes, yeah.
So what have you brought it in for today?
When I sort of pull up at a junction when the engine's cold, the revs will actually drop right off down to about 300, and then they'll come back up to idling speed rather than actually just going down to idling speed.
Okay. Does it surge or does it hunt? Does it go vroom?
No, it actually comes back. It doesn't hunt, but it actually comes back fairly slowly.
The low idle speed when cold could be caused by a number of issues. Nick wants to use the Tinker session to focus on the common culprit, the idle control valve, which regulates how much air enters the carburetor.
My suspicion is that there's tarnish or gum inside the valve that's causing an interruption to the flow of air through it when it's cold. The size of those nuts is 10 mil.
The first job is to remove the valve, which is surprisingly simple.
Put something underneath the
Yeah, most deaf. A lot of people have found that these are a very good DIY project because they come apart fairly easily. And just going to wriggle out. Oh, there we go.
With the idle valve freed, it doesn't take Nick long to spot something's amiss.
So there's obviously some kind of contamination. If you look how sort of like discoloured this side is, and then if I turn it around, see the difference?
Yes, yeah.
It's gleaming this side, isn't it?
Nick's absolutely right. When I look at this particular valve, I can see there's definitely got a clean side on that side. And yes, there's a load of old dirt in there.
Nick suspects the dirty idle control valve is the cause of the low idle speed when the engine's cold. To test his theory, it just needs a good clean.
Giles, you'll need those.
Even dirtier gloves, right.
Well, you did want to get hands-on, Giles, and that means getting deep down and dirty.
And then you're going to squirt that into the dirty side, holding that like that. Okay, and just swivel that around a little bit. Okay.
Giles is using brake cleaning fluid.
So it doesn't leave any residue on the product.
And with the valve now gleaming, the plan is to refit it to see if a good scrub has improved the issue.
Have we got rid of all the
tarnish in there? Yeah. Oh, there is a bit in there, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a bit.
We only looked at one end of the horse.
Yeah.
Back with the Mini Clubman. And although Mark's hunch about a faulty fuse was correct, owner Lee thinks they've found a bigger fault, preventing the wipers from working.
We found a plug that plugs into the motor. It's got 4 wires going into it, but only 3 were plugged in, so one's hanging out. So we're going to repair that plug and go from there.
You're going to go into there, yeah?
Yeah.
The plug Mark suspects is kaput, feeds the wiper motor, which could be why it's not powering up.
The wire that goes in there is bust, and we can't get it back in on the connector block. So we come up with a good cunning plan that that wire is just going to attach the terminal and just put it straight onto the back of this plug here. I think we wedge it in.
But will Mark's wedge-in workaround actually work?
Do you want to operate some of these fancy switches you've got here?
No, we can't.
Do you want nothing coming from there at all?
No.
The short answer is no.
Something else worked, but no.
I buy parts from France, from Netherlands, from Turkey, Romania, and Australia as well.
When I buy parts from America, it's cheaper than buying them from here.
When you go home tonight, get that Bible.
Just that one?
And then start praying, because I tell you what, tomorrow you should be in church at 9 o'clock.
Inside the workshop, Amand, David and Ruby are still hard at work on the 1950s Zodiac.
That's your fuel pipe. I don't really want to disturb it. So let's get to measuring resistance.
Meanwhile, David's fellow mean old-timer car club member Gary has just wrapped up his tinker on a 1954 Chevrolet Bel Air Sport Coupe.
Go on, go on.
Can I just say goodbye to Gary over there?
Ooh, what's this?
With smoke billowing out from a wiring loom, Gary's not going anywhere, for now.
Oh, Jesus.
Worried times. Don't like seeing a classic go up in smoke.
No.
Luckily, the Tinker team is on hand to quickly get the singed cable under control.
That's just gone into the wire, that's all. Let's just see if he'll start with that. Might have to jump it again.
OK, go.
Disaster averted, David's even helping his friend to get the Chevrolet ready for the journey home. Oh, awkward.
God.
I'm having a good day, am I?
Oh, sorry, mate. Jesus, only can't say goodbye.
I knew this nut had come off, and obviously Dave's pushed it down and without realising it, and the whole thing's just gone bang.
Once again, the Tinker team rally round to get the Chevy's casting Trello reattached.
Push that into the position you want it in, Gary. Well, that's not the right nut, but it's certainly got a bit of pressure on it now.
I think we'll have to do for the time being.
See you back later on. Take care, all the best. Thank you. Take care.
They don't know exactly what it is. There's probably somebody bought it many years ago who no longer works there.
Out front, Colin's waiting anxiously for Gary Ross to return. He's hoping he's managed to locate a suspension pump to enable him to finish the tinker on the Austin Allegro.
I come bearing gifts.
Well, there's only one gift I want, is that suspension pump-up machine.
You can call me Father Christmas.
Thank you very much. Is that it on the seat?
That's it on the seat, mate.
That's increased the value of your vehicle by about £1,000. Oh, I love the way you put the child's seat on it. That's it. There we go. Oh, look at this.
Don't say I never do anything for you, all right? I ain't got a clue what it does, and to be honest, I don't have any reason to know why it
Well, this goes over the Schrader valve.
You're talking another language. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm having my lunch.
Screwy.
I'll see you later.
Dusty? No, it looks brand new. This is my dream come true for today. This is another hydroelastic
Another one, yes.
pump. Now, the minute I do that, you've got pressure.
Got pressure.
Instantly.
Exciting. I think it's going to get there.
Lovely.
See that in the dark?
Yeah.
With the pump primed and attached, will it be third time lucky for Colin?
It's pumping up. It's higher than what it was.
How high did I say it's had to be?
14.5.
What's it reading? 40.5.
This is why Colin's the boss.
So now we do the other side, and then that will lever the car up. This is your job. You're going to get a bit dirty. We have got to get this car to a height of 14.5 inches. Right, so you've got to get that onto the pointy bit, and this bit has got to be to the top of that wheel arch.
He's old school.
Oi, oi! I heard that.
Tell me when. Inch is just old school.
Hold on. When this car was designed, everything was in inches. Nobody talked about millimetres. It did not exist.
It's in the past.
Well,
We're now in the future.
Look, we're supposed to be repairing this classic car. We should be talking in classic language.
Right, stop.
I've never seen that high in my life. Very impressed with that.
That looks good. Let's give it a bounce. What have we got, Ben?
368.
Top man. Boom.
Colin has managed to retrieve his record. Yeah, I'll give him that one. He will slip up one day, but he's holding his record so far, so good on Colin.
Solutions, we find solutions, but sometimes others find it for us, which is just as good. And I'll recommend anyone now going to Gary's Garage because I am a favour.
It feels brilliant. It should be a smoother ride, better road handling and safer.
Look forward to seeing you coming back.
Yeah.
There's more work to be done. Lovely. How's it feel?
Lovely. Thank you very much. Bye
Cheers,
then.
guys.
So hopefully when we undo these nuts here, we can move them out.
On the Ford Zodiac, Amand, David and Ruby face the tricky task of changing a sensor in the hope it solves the issues with the faulty temperature gauge.
That is a fuel pump down there.
Yeah.
If you do this bit, because I'm going to try and whip that out and whip this in.
With the old one out,
In, next one in.
and the new one in,
Screw, screw, screw.
David's predicted problem has rung true.
It's definitely a bigger thread. The new thread is wider than the old one. What do you think, Ruby?
Yeah, I think the new one looks bigger.
Oh, that's boring.
It's boring, yes, because it was going quite well.
The thread on the new sensor might appear to be too big for the hole,
Well, you can tell if it's not going in that.
Right, it's turning out.
but David can't resist one last tinker.
Might go in. He's not looking. I just feel it a bit. Look, it's going in fine. Don't tell him, don't tell him. I'm not going home from this tinker day without a temperature gauge working. I'm going to break the news to Amand. I think it's in.
Oh, you screwed it in?
Well, it was going in just with my fingers. I think it's tight enough. I mean,
The
obviously...
thread definitely didn't look right, but...
Well, no, honestly, I haven't forced anything.
Okay, let me reconnect these then, shall I?
Yeah, and if I break down in the Blackwall Tunnel, I'll give you a bell. Have I got your mobile?
No.
With the pipes reconnected, it's time to give the gauge a whirl.
Well, it's not leaking. In 5 minutes or so, hopefully you will get a reading.
Anticipation. I think it's moving. Yeah, it's going up. Look, it's it's definitely reading something.
Oh my words!
It's working, man.
Nice one, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
This is what we want: fixed, repaired cars.
It went really well.
Yeah.
Now we fixed the temperature gauge.
It's reading, definitely. It looks promising, which I'm really pleased about.
Okay, David, when you're ready.
Thanks to David's dogged determination, that's another successful tinker complete.
All right. See you later.
And the next stop for the Zodiac will be the upcoming classic car show.
That interior is 50 years old, untouched. Incredible, isn't it?
It says here 29 front, 29 rear. Should be more than sufficient. And it will improve the ride and handling and your MPG. There you go.
After coming to Colin's rescue with the replacement suspension pump, bodywork guru Gary Ross's services are once again required, although this time it's firmly within his comfort zone. This racing red 1960 Jaguar Mark II has belonged to Jack and Christine for the past 53 years and has become one of the family.
It was bought for me originally as a runaround. They were pretty much 2 a penny back in '69, and some car for a runaround, eh?
At the time, they were very popular with the criminal
fraternity.
Fraternity, yes, and of course, Chris used to get stopped a lot by the police.
As the years and the random police stops went by, Christine's runaround had seen better days. So, 35 years ago, they took the plunge and decided to get their treasured Jag restored.
And what year was this in?
About 87.
I was born 85, so I was just a baby when this was happening.
Just a little toddler.
Yeah. And it looks like they've completely gutted it down. So this car must mean a lot to you guys.
It does. It's got a lot
Seen
of
all their
sentimental
children
value.
grow up.
Yeah, it's nice to know that what I'm doing today isn't so different to what they used to do in the 80s.
No,
so.
The Jag may look stunning at first glance, but Jack's worried about the bodywork.
I'm concerned about the doors because they're going very rusty.
Okay.
Door frames on older cars were designed to let any water that slipped through the seal to drain out of the bottom of the door. But it appears the holes on this Jag's doors are blocked, and it's taken its toll.
So you had a build-up of water.
I lost sight of this over the years until I saw rust.
Cheers, Colin, that'll do, mate. I can see the bottom of the doors that you were talking about. Obviously, the drainage hole must have been blocked.
Jack's patch-up is masking the worst of it, so Gary needs to closely inspect the damage from the inside to determine the fate of the door.
Okay, yeah, I can see the tape from the outside coming through, which basically is telling me that it's actually rotted from the inside out. In my opinion, I think this door's maybe gone past the point of repair.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, my goodness.
Getting rid of the rust will require either a replacement door or some major surgery. The bottom of this door will need cutting off and a new door skin welded back on and resprayed. But can the front ones be salvaged?
This one isn't half as bad as the other ones. See that it's still got some meat on the actual metal. The main issue is getting the drain holes unblocked. So when the water does go in there, it has a place for it to run out of. Okay.
And the diagnosis is positive on the passenger side too.
Okay. If I press this too much, my finger will go through. It feels almost like a poppadom just before you break it in half. I mean, giving it another year, it probably will be the same as the other side. I wouldn't say this door is terminal. There is a chance that we can repair it. It's a common issue on these types of cars. And I think if we treat it early enough to not have to replace the door, it will be cost effective.
We're rather depressed that the doors are in such a bad way. When Gary mentioned the door being like a poppadom, that really showed exactly how fragile and brittle it is. And one false move and your finger could go through it. But it is an important part of us, so I shall get a job scrubbing floors and we'll get the doors done.
It's never nice to tell the owners that it's more work that's involved, but at the end of the day, it's better to be honest and straight up with them and tell them exactly what it's going to need rather than sort of trying to sugarcoat it.
With Gary's advice, Jack and Christine now have the knowledge to be able to get their Jag back to its former glory.
The only way to get to the bottom of it is to take all the wires off and find out where they go.
With the Tinker Day almost up, Lee and Mark think they've solved the mystery of the faulty wipers on the Mini Clubman. And it's all down to a faulty lever switch.
We've diagnosed, we know what the problem is. The wiper motor's fine. What he's now going to do is wire up a switch. He's decided to cut the plug, not use the original switch, and he's going to wire up a whole new switch into the dash.
Lee's hoping by bypassing the faulty lever switch completely and connecting it to one of the spare switches on the dashboard, the wiper motor will finally power up.
So have you identified a switch?
Yeah, we're going to go with this one here.
After a bit of jiggery-pokery...
Let's go in something... We don't know what this one is.
Will this Pocket Rocket's wiper motor finally have liftoff?
Yeah.
Well, I've done my bit. Lee's done his bit. So they've actually cut the roof down, so it's a lot lower. And when they've cut the roof down, they've shortened the windscreen by probably half, if not a quarter. When these now come up, they're actually coming off the top of the screen because this here has been cut and a smaller screen put in.
With the small task of sourcing some correct size wiper arms...
At least they're working now, that's the main bit.
Lee's Mini's just a tiny tinker away from being MOT ready.
Yeah, happy, really happy. And now I know a new extra skill in regards to trying to fault find issues with wiring.
It might still resemble a 1970s space rocket, but thanks to a successful Tinker Day, come rain or shine, Lee's eye-catching modified Mini is now ready to hit the road.
So now that's ready to refit. Right. So if you come on in and I'll guide you through that process.
Back with Muttley, the Porsche 911, with the idle control valve now spick and span, Nick's hoping its days of stalling when cold are numbered, if owner Giles can successfully navigate the refit.
It'll come to a natural stop when it's tight, and all you do is just a tiny tweak more, that's fine. Oh, he's a natural. He's got the dexterity and he's got the understanding. I think at some point, if Giles wants to change career, he could aim for being an auto tech.
What career? I'm retired.
Oh, beg your pardon.
With the valve successfully secured,
I'm just about to put the elephant's trunk on the exhaust, otherwise known as the extraction tube. Okay.
Will the fresh clean-out resolve the inept idle speed?
Okay.
Okay, come and have a listen to this and see whether it's giving off familiar symptoms or...
Well, do you know what? When it started up, instead of dipping down and coming back up again, it just went whoop.
Right.
It certainly seemed more how I would expect it to behave.
Okay.
But despite the encouraging start,
So it's still doing a little dip.
the pesky problem still persists.
So the cleaning of that idle control valve seems to have had sort of a positive effect, but we still suspect it in the long term as being a sort of component that needs replacing. But that's not a problem. I've seen that. You know, it's, I know all the pitfalls, what to do, what not to do.
Giles's idle problem might not be 100% resolved.
Okay, come on. Nice and slow, nice and slow.
But he's leaving happy in the knowledge he can continue his newfound talent for tinkering at home. Nick has headed to King's Cross in North London to spend the day at the biannual classic car boot sale event. This mini treasure trove is a chance to step back in time and embrace all things vintage, from music to clothing. And of course, classic cars.
I'm looking forward to seeing what mix and collection of classic cars turn up. Classic cars and classic car shows mean a heck of a lot to the people that get involved in them. It's a whole community spirit.
And two faces that are certainly in love with the cars and the camaraderie are David and Ruby, who have come along to show off their freshly tinkered Ford Zodiac.
The chance to get your old car out, people love them, you know, people taking pictures all the time, asking questions.
And thanks to their Tinker Day, their Zodiac temperature gauge is now in full working order.
As we entered today after a half hour's drive, and it was just reading above cold, so it's all good, all working well. It's nice to know the old girl's running right.
Although it still hunts a little bit from cold, the revs don't drop quite as much as they used to.